sea go, and we'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will ya go?
Jesus, what an experience. My heart feels like a stone. It's a physical sensation.
Why do you do it? That's what I want to know.
All half of me, cut across the shoulders down, is grief. It's horrible. Grief. That is what it is.
We'd have been done with it now if it wasn't for you.
Done with what?
What do you think? Our obligations. Our social obligations.
There are no obligations. What are you talking about?
All that was left to do was to say goodnight and sorry for your trouble. But you had to say, come boy.
Are you that selfish, Daddy?
I can't be bothered.
You don't mean it.
Ah, you're half woman. You better see to those dishes now.
Oh, Jesus, you're right. I mean, look at this. They'll think us tramps.
Your mother would die again if she saw the state of this house.
Don't mention death. And us staring at Chris Muldoon headstone this very day.
It took me back to the last time he died.
The last time you what?
Chris Muldoon, the last time he died.
If this is your notion of humour, no one's laughing.
Where's me pipe?
Upstairs, and you're not having it.
I'll have it if I want it. Muldoon died before.
Would you stop?
He was a great one for the pub until years ago. Never missed a Sunday with his mates until the night his son was born.
The Muldoons never had a son.
They did. Years gone by, they had a son. But the poor gossoon was born broken and died a few weeks in.
I couldn't not know.
It wasn't spoken of.
Everything's spoken of in Killican.
They didn't put it about as the baby was born half size and got smaller from there.
He shrank?
Like a sock in the wash. They named him Christopher after his father and he died right before he was baptized.
No.
Yes, off to limbo he went.
Oh, don't mention this when they come.
So they put it in the paper that Christopher Muldoon was dead. And didn't the lads down at the pub think their mate had passed?
They thought it was Chris Muldoon.
And they showed up to the wake half pissed. And what did they find sitting there but a little white coffin about 2 feet long? And one of them cries out, Jesus, is that all that's left of Chris Muldoon?
They thought it was Chris Muldoon.
Well, it wasn't.
The Muldoons, they had a son.
He did. For a minute. Your man went a bit daft after that. Took up the shotgun and went to war with the birds.
He did always like to shoot the crows.
We're lucky there, and he left in Ireland. He tore holes in the sky with that gun.
What's funny?
Are you all right, Hailey?
All right, is it? Look at me. I'm in pieces. Get the door.
Have a sit with me, Ava.
Were you having a laugh?
We were.
We were not.
What about?
Could I get you a cup of tea?
I've eaten.
Stout then?
In the bottle or the can?
The bottle?
No. The bottle tastes of glass.
Does glass have a taste then?
Glass tastes like teeth.
Oh, the taste of glass. Sure, I know it. It tastes like mirrors.
I've come to think it's not me tasting the glass, but the glass that's tasting me. I see jaws and teeth and myself chewed up like poor Chrissy.
So I know to the stout then. Well, I'm having a cup of tea. You'll have one as well.
It's an awful thing to get old.
I know, it happened to me.
You're a girl.
I was this morning, but now I'm old.
When the husband goes, the wife follows. It's true, you'll be dead in a year.
She will not. She looks perfect.
Oh, the fruit still looks good when the worm starts its work.
Shut up.
I'm gasping like an old hurdy-gurdy with the emphysema. I've got the pacemaker on board. You can feel it with your hand. It sticks half out of my chest, right where I used to keep the smokes. Justice isn't pretty, is it? Feel it. Put your hand there.
I will not.
Tony's right, I'll be dead in a year.
Half a year.
She will not.
Oh, I don't mind, except to desert Rosemary and leave her orphaned altogether.
What about you? When are you packing up?
Me? I'll be dead in 2 months.
Just don't. Where is Rosemary?
She's here.
Where?
Outside.
In the rain?
She won't smoke in front of me, and she's always smoking, so I never see her.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you, Tony, have you signed over the farm to Anthony?
What? Wait, just like that, you ask him?
It's only my own situation now that I'm thinking of now. What would be best for Rosemary?
Right.
Or are you going to wait and leave it to him?
Well, who else would he leave it to? The others have all fled.
I haven't made up my mind.
About what?
I would have thought your man Chris Muldoon would have laid out a plan before he was gone.
He did. What was his to leave, he left to me.
As he should have.
It's only arrangements for Rosemary I'm thinking of now. The future.
But Rosemary is just sitting out there, out in the rain.
She is, smoking. She always manages to find a dry spot, though. Not so much for herself as for the smokes.
She'll catch pneumonia.
No, she's crazy. The cracked ones never get sick. Her father's curse is hers, stubborn to the point of madness.
Never noticed it.
That's because you never notice anything, Anthony. You're famous all over Westmeath for what goes by you.
Say, wait, what do you mean you don't know if the farm is coming to me? Are you serious?
I don't see a clear path.
From where to where?
From me to you. The way your eyes are set in your head, and the colour of them. It has to be said, it's not right.
Oh, here we go. Are you saying my eyes are a mistake?
I'm saying that you come up from some other people. It's plain as Tuesday, your eyes are from Limerick.
Oh, my eyes are from Limerick, are they? Did I have to listen to this?
The Rileys are from Cavan.
The Muldoons are from Fermanagh.
And it's the Kellys that are from Limerick. There's no argument to be made, it's like wool and white paper. You're more Kelly than Riley.
He has his mother's face. That's
But my
true.
name is Riley. I'm a Riley.
No, the Rileys have more bone. You're Kelly, you take after your mother's father, John Kelly, and that man was half ghost and mad as the full moon.
Stop there.
I won't stop. You're the same. It's not in you to stand on your ground, Anthony. You never stood up on the farm like a king.
I've been breaking my back for this place since I was 5.
Not the same.
As what?
You don't stand in the land and draw strength from it as I did, till Mammy died.
Don't feel bad. Chris Muldoon didn't like farming either. He told me more than once. He only loved life when he was in bed or eating beef. The farm took it out of him.
The two of you. Your generation has killed this country with your negativity.
It wasn't us that went boom and bust.
Oh no, you just went bust and stayed bust.
Point me towards heaven, then.
Careful what you say. Heaven might hear.
I do say it.
Well, don't.
Why? Are you gonna get weeping?
Oh, you're the one for that.
He cries at the TV.
No more. You broke it.
Good riddance. You made me watch the Olympics until I almost went blind.
Would you complain about the Olympics now? Nothing suits you. The Olympics were grand, weren't they, Ava?
Chris loved the torch. You know, when they light the torch. He said it was better than Easter Sunday. I didn't care for it.
And there was no soccer.
That there was. They called it football.
Not an Irishman on the field.
Ireland took home 3 medals.
Not in soccer.
Well, 3 medals is still not nothing.
No gold. 2 of them bronze and all in boxing. Sure, we're good with our fists. No surprise there.
There's more than one way to land a blow.
Oh, and the whole show in China with them parading, oh, look at us, we're Chinese. Rosemary was taken with them, sent away for travel books. But she'll never go. She'll never get farther than Mullingar, that one.
That's it. If not for want of better company, I'm getting Rosemary.
She doesn't like you, you know.
Say, what's that?
Rosemary has a grudge with you.
She does not.
She does.
She does not.
You pushed her and she fell down.
But what are you talking about? Pushed her when? I never did.
You did.
When?
When she was 6. It was your birthday. She was doing a little ballet and you pushed her down and she holds it against you.
Is that what she says?
She does.
You pushed a little girl?
I don't remember, but if I did, I would have been 12.
13 that day.
13 then.
I wouldn't bring it up. She's still hot about it.
Why would I bring up something that happened 30 years ago?
So you admit it?
Does it ever seem to you that this country is just a bit too small?
Maybe you should immigrate.
Well, what would you do with the land if I did?
Give it to the church.
Oh, well, don't do that.
If no one loves the land, then why not?
I love it.
You don't. I've seen you with your magazines. He's mad for the machines. He'd sell the land and buy a helicopter if no one was watching.
Oh, I would love to buy a helicopter. I'd fly it to the moon.
There. You see, you're not a farming man.
Well, I'm more the farmer than you ever were.
But you don't love it. There's no joy.
See, but I do it. Who modernized the shed? Is it you? Don't think so. Who took the bales from the old box shape to the new round?
I don't like the new bales.
Well, why not?
They're too big. You can't sit on them.
Well, sit on your chair then. Thank your maker for a modern son. I mean, you'd be bankrupt and the farm gone if it wasn't for my agricultural mind.
You take no joy in it.
But I do it. Don't criticize me, Daddy. Some of us don't have joy, but we do what we must. Is a man who does what he must, though he doesn't have joy, less of a man than one who's happy? You would grudge me my magazines, you cutthroat. Living here as I do, the rain, the cold, and Mammy gone. So I look at the magazines to take my thoughts away. Tell you lately, I can't breathe in this house. You would hold back the farm, would you? You stun me. You stun me!
Well, look at him!
Don't tease him then.
I wasn't teasing.
You were, and don't. He's sad. You know he feels more deeply than most. God love him. He never got over Fiona.
He was 16.
A tender age.
He is now 42.
Time means nothing. Love is love.
She never had use for him. I never saw it. The whole thing happened in his mind.
And where else do things happen? We all can't have the love I had. Or you. Look at this. More tears. Where do they come from? What's it all for, Tony?
Ask a priest.
I've buried husband, son. Was I only born to bury and be buried?
That's about it, maybe.
Don't say it. That leaves off the best bit.
And what would that be?
The middle. The middle is the best part. The middle of anything is the heart of the thing. I think of Rosemary.
She's only watching the clock spin, waiting for you to go.
I know.
And she's waited far too long. They both have mine and yours.
It's natural.
But with Rosemary, it's a shame.
She's had no lack of men come by.
Oh, I know, but youth and beauty pass smartly by, and that parade is gone.
You'd think a girl of 25 was past prime.
25? She'll never see 35 again.
You'll not see tomorrow if you keep talking.
I will see it. The future, I have a cool eye on tomorrow. The future of this place is what keeps me sharp, and the funeral today reminded me that time is in short supply. Biscuit.
I'm stuffed. But you're not serious what you were saying. You can't begrudge Anthony the farm.
There's no marriage in the man. He's strange, stranger than you know. He takes after John Kelly, and that's a fact. I'm sworn to an oath, or I'd tell you. So what happens then? Once he's gone, it's all gone.
Either way, it's all gone.
No. There's another route.
What?
America.
What?
I have a brother there. Adam. Frank. And he has a son, Adam.
You would not.
I will do what's right. Watch me, I will.
You can't do it. What would become of Anthony?
There'd be money in it for him. He'd move to Dublin and love it.
He'd move to Dublin and die, you mean? Who the hell is Adam?
He's O'Reilly. Frank brought him last Christmas. You met him.
The square little fella?
He loves the land.
I remember him. He looked like a stump.
He looks like a farmer. He's O'Reilly, true and true. He has hands like
He
feet.
laughed at the wrong things.
He was born to come home, that one.
This is a folly, Tony Riley, and don't you do it.
So Rosemary's getting your farm then?
Of course. Who else?
It makes sense. There's still some hope there. She may get marry a man who has a child, or if she jumps on it, she could even squeeze one out herself.
Yeah, I don't see it.
She has a better shot than Anthony.
Don't lose faith in your boy, Tony.
I've been patience itself. I gave him his mother's ring 3 years past, and he's done nothing with it. And he never will. It's not my fault. He has strange ideas.
You're going the wrong way.
This is my family's farm, 120 years. And it will not die with Anthony.
Things end when God says they do. Oh. Can't believe my Chrissy's gone.
Eva,
Half my house is gone.
should we speak of it?
What?
A topic of concern. The topic.
What are you talking about?
There was no point while Chris was living.
Are you taking a step towards me?
What? Jesus, no. The land. I'm talking about the land. The strip of 40 metres like a blockade in the middle of me driveway, keeping me house from the road.
You have only to open the gate.
And close it. And open the second gate and close that one as well.
Are you that lazy?
Have you ever gotten out of me car in the rain and drowned yourself working those damn gates? And all over a patch of nothing?
It rains on us all.
I'll give you a fair price for it.
Did you broach this with Chrissy?
I did. And never had he a word in reply. But he's gone now.
Just.
He was a good man, but stubborn.
That man was a bulldog. That man would fight the sky.
He did. And the sky won.
In truth, it did. He's gone to God.
It's mine.
It is not.
It should be. Can you deny it?
I do deny it.
The only reason you own that bit of land is hate and spite.
That's two reasons.
No, hate and spite and a love of the upper hand.
What kind of twist is that on the truth? You were down on your luck and Chris took pity.
There was no pity in it. All I needed was a loan of £200, and for that, he took my right of way.
You sold it to him.
It was a loan.
It was not. I have a bill of sale.
I was back to him in 6 months with the money.
He didn't need the money.
And he didn't need that bit of land, but he held on to it for 30 years.
Yes, he did.
Why? Why did he? Why?
Maybe there was no why.
No. Something went
The
unsaid.
situation does you no real harm.
It does you no good.
Leave it. Why go into it now?
Because my time here is almost gone.
Tut tut.
And I have to pass the farm down as it was handed to me.
To an American?
He has an Irish passport.
He's no Irishman.
He means to marry Irish. Someday.
Who'd have him?
Half the women in Killican. And beyond Killican.
Oh, I'm glad you can speak for so many.
I need that road front back, Ava.
Why?
Frank's son Adam won't buy the farm without it.
So he's buying it. Adam is.
I've got to give Anthony a stake. I can't put him out on the road with nothing. So I get a fair price from Adam and keep the family's name going to boot, but I need access to the road.
I see. Well, I don't own it.
What?
The frontage Chrissy bought from you, I do not own. All the rest is mine, but not that.
Did he sell it to someone else?
No, he gave it to Rosemary.
Just a little bit in front of me house, keeping me house from the road, just that.
Yes, he signed it over to her when she was a wee girl.
A girl?
Not more than 7.
He gave a 7-year-old girl my right of way.
She asked him for it.
What did she want with it?
It's the spot where Anthony pushed her down. She was all in a rage and nothing would soothe her but to know he was banished from that spot.
You mean I've been opening and closing 2 gates for 30 years to please the pride of a vengeful child?
Yes. And now if you want that land, you'll have to get around her.
Talk to her, Ava. She'll listen to you.
I'm not stepping into this. If she'd been in the Olympics boxing, sure, Ireland would have taken the gold.
Rosemary, what are you doing out here in the rain?
Smoking.
In the rain?
There's a bit of roof.
Well, it's dark as tar.
You can see.
You have the eyes of a goat. You're smoking a pipe now?
I ran out of cigs. The Stas old chimney.
Well, I suppose I can't blame you what you choose to do on the night your father
He
died.
died 3 days ago.
During the general time your father died.
So I have special rights tonight then.
I suppose.
Then I'll use them. Will you answer me a question?
What?
Have you ever heard from Fiona?
God, it's the human race against me this night.
Don't answer then.
Never. I have never heard from Fiona since our childhood days.
And your heart's still broken?
Yes,
Do you know where she is?
I do. In Wicklow, with a husband and 3 daughters.
Are You just get over her like other people do.
I don't know what other people do, and I don't care. Why do you do what you do? Why do you sit over there in that lonely house?
It's not lonely.
You should fly. And what's your man? Once you're alone, you should make plans to fly away.
And why don't you fly?
Might come to that.
You'll never leave.
I might. Tony's been making mischief.
What kind?
He says I don't love the farm.
Do you?
He says I'm not a Riley.
And what are you?
He claims I'm a Riley by name, but a Kelly in the face. He's making noises like he might not sign it over.
That's not right.
He's always been half-craft. Not like your dad, may he rest in peace. He was full on.
It was me that found him. I was looking in on him and was going to go, but for his hand. His one hand lay outside the sheet, and I found myself looking at it, and it came to me that there was no life in it. That he was dead. So I called, and Ma'am came, and her face went white. So I offered her a drink of water. But didn't the glass have his teeth in it?
No!
It was awful. She went wild. She won't drink from a glass since.
I can testify to that! She says it tastes like teeth!
Says it tastes like tea.
Oh, but really, I mean, your dad. I mean, he was here, and now he's not. Where do we go? Do we go into the sky?
The ground.
The ground? Well, then what's the sky for?
Now. It's for now.
Now. But seize the day, is that it? Seize it and do what, though? What do you do?
Me? I smoke.
You should quit that.
Why?
I don't know, but do it.
Girl needs a reason.
I hear a voice sometimes when I'm out in the fields. The voice says, go.
I came upon a patch of white heather this morning.
White. You did not, that's only in shops.
Wild,
Wild white heather. Well, that's good luck.
they say. So is Tony right? Do you not love the farm?
Love. I hate it for a prison. Came up out of it like a tree, and here I am with it all around me.
Then let Tony do what he wants and follow the voice.
Do you mean it?
I'm saying it.
Run off. Where? The airport?
Take Lufthansa. I hear it's good.
No. It's all right here. It's all sitting on top of me.
The voice said go.
What am I? St. Joan? Following voices? My life is fixed down by a rock on each corner.
By what?
Well, there's the green fields and the animals living off them. And over that, there's us living off the animals. But over that, there's that which tends to us and lives off us. Whatever that is, keeps me here. No, the voice that I hear in the fields wants me in the fields.
Then why does it say go?
I don't know. Everything doesn't tally.
I don't feel land like you do.
Count your blessings.
You have pagan things in your eyes sometimes.
My eyes, is it? Your mom says you're mad.
I'm not.
I am. Should we go in then?
How are you mad?
People don't appeal to me that much.
That's normal. Who likes people? Nobody.
I don't know what I'm saying. I've always just been more with nature than people. Stories I heard when I was a boy got a hold of me. Should we go in then?
I'm breathing.
Right. You know, when my mother died, couldn't see colours anymore.
My mom's falling apart. She needs new hips, but she can't get them because her heart and her lungs are cooked. She's not long for it.
You think not?
I know.
Will you be getting the farm then?
I will.
But you can't.
Like, I must, though.
It's too much.
You do it.
I don't. What I do get done, it murders me. It's no work for a woman, I'll tell you that.
I can hold my own.
Well, what about pulling calves?
I'll hire someone then.
That takes money.
We're all right. What would Tony do with the farm if he didn't leave it to you?
Oh, he could give it to the church.
He's too cheap. He'd sell.
He wouldn't get his price for it.
Why not?
Well, who would take it on without the road?
Oh, right.
No one would take it on without that strip of land down by the road.
Maybe not.
Be realistic. No one else would open 2 gates just to get to their own front door.
Well, you do it.
And look at me.
So you're lucky then.
How am I lucky?
Well, you can't give it away without the right of way, and he's too cheap to give it to the church, so you'll come to it by default.
Unless your mammy sells it back to him now that your dad's gone.
Why would you do that?
Well, it's the right thing.
I don't know.
Oh, you do? It was part of our farm well wide 100 years.
And then it wasn't.
But it does your place no good.
I think it does.
You could not graze 1 heifer on that patch. Half of it's filled up with fence.
You really mind it so much?
I do. The first gave to see my father's stupidity. At the second, your man's greed. May he rest in peace.
Greed, is it? That little bit cost us £200.
Well, even 30 years ago, £200 was nothing.
It was £200. Could have bought himself a new shotgun.
God love him with the shotgun. And he used to go to war with the crows like Satan.
He loved hating the crows.
He did.
He was perfect.
He was. He was. Do you hate me?
Why'd you ask?
I hear that you hate me, your ma'am said.
Oh, she's talking a lot tonight, isn't she? No, I don't hate you. I just don't like you.
Well, why not?
I'm fed up. You're a bit of a lump.
How's that?
Well, you never do anything.
Well, I work all day and half the night.
To keep things going on the way they already were. Where's your stamp?
I'm not in the business of stamping. I'm in the business of carrying on what was going on when I stepped on the bus.
Oh, but then it's like you're nobody.
I don't need to shout my name. God knows me. I'd as soon go unnoticed.
But you have to push back, man, now and then, or they'll walk all over you, the people of this world. You can't let people, Tony or no one, destroy your chance. Go in there and face him
I
down.
don't like a fight.
Oh, who does?
Half of Ireland, just not me.
Well, see, pass the fight into the prize then.
It's not in me to live that way.
So you let him run ruin over you?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Get out of here, why don't you? The land isn't holding you.
It is, though.
Oh, don't be a lump yourself. You saw the white heather. Let that be a sign. Get past Mullingar. I'm useless, but not you. Go somewhere and start up fresh.
I'll do what I want and you can go to the devil.
What are you hot about?
Trying to push me out.
I'm the one on point of being pushed out, maybe.
Maybe. You ever heard of Swan Lake?
What's that?
A ballet.
I've never been to a ballet.
Right. I'm the White Swan.
Why did you see a ballet?
My dad took me to one.
That doesn't sound like him.
It was. He took me to see Swan Lake and he told me that I was the White Swan, and so I am.
Thought he hated birds.
Just crows.
Men like that at the ballet. Guess I never knew him.
To watch him walk was to know that there was grace in the world. He had the blood of kings in him.
Well, he sure kept his counsel like a king. Nobody knew his mind.
I did. He wasn't much of a talker, but he had his reasons. As do I.
Well, answer me this then, if you know. Why did he buy that right away?
Because your dad came begging.
Well, you'd like to think so. My man just needed a loan was all.
Either way.
But there was no hat in hand.
Oh, bloody hell, his hand was out.
Would you stand there and lord it over us?
And would you stand there and bite the hand? Have you never heard of gratitude?
I'll tell you what I've never heard. I've never heard a decent speech from you or yours on the subject of your family's shortcoming.
Shortcoming? What shortcoming?
Are you blind as well? Sure, if needs be, I can name it. The Muldoon's larceny!
The Muldoon's what?
I mean, it should wake you at night what your people have done.
What we've done? What have we done? You should thank Christ for a good neighbour.
Oh, bollocks to that! You've had us by the throat for 30 years with your land grabbing. And why? Why did your father want that right away?
For me, you Egypt boy! You pushed me down, that's why! You shoved me down and left me crying in the yellow grass, and I would have mine too. So I ran to my dad, and now you have 2 gates between you and what's yours, and I hope you like it because there's none to blame but yourself.
You don't mean it.
I do.
Jesus, Mary, it was you behind that.
You shoved me like I was nothing.
I don't even remember the day.
I remember. And now I own that parcel and you do not.
You mean your ma'am?
No. I mean me. I own it. and I never sell.
Why not?
Because my voice says no.
Fine! Just do what you want then. A lot of you are too much for me altogether.
Because you won't fight for what's yours! Oh, why don't we move to Wicklow? You could moon over your lost love till death takes you.
I'll ignore you now.
Nothing new there.
I don't understand you! Why bring up Fiona?
The Black Swan.
What do you do with your time? Why have you never married?
Why haven't you?
I was ruined after Fiona.
Fiona, Fiona.
I know. But there it is.
Well, I'm thinking of going to China.
What, just like that?
That's right, in a flash.
Great. Have a nice trip. Take Lufthansa. When?
When I'm ready.
Oh, the Olympics got your fancy, eh?
I like the Chinese. They're proud.
Why do you look at me when you say that?
Because your pride is where?
What would I have to be proud about?
I don't know. You got me. I'm stumped.
Just a long-suffering man. It's no one's fault. Not to be understood, not even by me.
Oh, what are you now, deep waters?
I'm nothing. You saw your father gone as I have this day. Chris Muldoon, gone. And he was a part of everything. Now that part's where? Like the fog wiped from a glass. What am I given that? Tiny thing, surely. Jesus. My own father scheming to rob me of my farm.
Then go in there and fight for it.
Or I wash my hands.
Are you Pontius Pilate?
Maybe. It's too much. I mean, there's no reward for all the work I've done. Must be I don't deserve any. Must be I've done nothing right.
You mean you've done nothing?
I am mad tired for a man who's done nothing.
Then wake up and live! Do what you want, you always have. And look where it's gotten you. On the point of being pushed out.
Pushed out? When was I in? Among people. They'll eat the legs out from under you. You know, I've had enough. I'm going flying.
Flying, is it? Where's your wings?
Walking.
Fine then. Stay off the road.
Oh, no road for me. Off into the fields. Turn off the light when you're done. I'll see you at church. Or I won't.
Take note of the cattle. You're like a brother to them.
I'll see you at church.
There's the green fields. The animals living off it. And that there's us living off the animals. And there's that which tends to us. When you say those things, Anthony, I know that I have a soul. Good luck to him then. And to me.
To give the day its due, it was a fine turnout this morning for a simple farming man. I couldn't hope for half as much.
It was a good showing. It's a shame, though, the lack of parking available at our church. They should charge.
They should charge, should they? That's a good one. Half a Killican would renounce the faith.
What grade of faith have they, then?
Not much.
And you? Do you have faith?
Me? I'm barely devout. It was Mary that kept the candles lit.
I believe.
In what?
I believe in everything.
You do not.
I believe in everything. Oh, there she is. It's time we were off.
Stay on your chair.
No, this is it. I'm up.
Back up. Sit down again.
Is Anthony behind you?
He's out in the fields walking or flying.
Jesus, once he starts in with that, he won't be seen until morning.
We should say our goodbyes, Rosemary.
No. Sit down. I'm going to make tea.
We should leave Tony sleep.
No, we shouldn't.
All right, then. I'd have a cup.
What's that look on you?
I hope you have no part in this.
In what?
What we say now will never be repeated. Tell me there's no truth in what I just heard.
What did you hear?
This is Anthony's farm.
Oh, Jesus. Don't involve yourself, Rosemary.
Tony's right, Rosemary. This is their own business.
Steer clear, Mother. Tony Riley, do yourself a service and do not cross me.
Easy. Don't overstep now.
Since Mary died, your judgment, which has never been good, has faltered worse.
She's right about that, Tony.
She's nothing. I think I can manage my own farm.
If that were true, you'd own it. To the road.
I've heard your name's on that strip of land, Rosemary. And I'll tell you right now, you will be selling that to me.
I told him it's yours. Don't fault me.
I don't. I fault you. Why would you think of denying Anthony was his?
Leave it.
If you want to talk to me about the road, you will talk to me about Anthony.
What there is to say, I won't say. I'm sworn to an oath made on a Bible not to speak of certain things.
About Anthony?
His mother made me swear. Have faith that I know what I'm about.
I have no such faith. You kept him down all his life, and with the promise of this farm.
Not a word of truth. I shielded him on every side, and his interests will be seen to, but the farm will not be his.
You have no idea what you're up against, Tony Riley. You might as well try to stop the calendar from naming the days. I've been older than all of you since the day I was born, and sure, I ache for my own youth. I pray the day may yet come, but not at the price of now.
What are you talking at?
When a person knows what will be, and I have always known, the like of you should stand aside.
What are you saying? What do you know?
Anthony Riley and I were born on two farms side by side, and we will die side by side. And no old fool trying to show his power at sunset will bungle that.
Rosemary, you have secrets of your own, and once they're out, they're out.
I have no secrets. I buried my dear father today, and I'll lose no more.
Are you in love with Anthony?
More than love.
Don't be!
I don't care what happens beyond one thing. I care that he have his farm and I have mine.
Rose.
Ma'am, look at me and take pity. You will leave me soon.
Sure. It's true, I can't deny it.
I feel that grief never more than today. But what preserves me is knowing that there are safe roads after.
He's not normal!
I don't care what he is. And if you're bound by an oath, keep it. All I care is that that man have his land and my house be hard by.
Rosemary.
He'll never marry!
And neither will I. And he will be in his house and I will be in mine. Here's your tea.
There's much of your father in you.
I'm proud to know it.
2 bulldogs.
No, I'm a swan.
I will not let this farm die with Anthony!
You will not do this, you will not do that. So what will you do?
He means to sell it to his brother's son.
In America?
He'll come and take over.
And go through 2 gates?
He wants the road.
And I'm here to tell you he'll never get it.
You will not tell me how to dispose of my property!
And you'll have no sway over mine. Drink your tea.
Don't order me in my own house!
No one owns a house.
I own mine.
It was handed to you.
I gave my life to it.
And Anthony his.
He's not a Riley.
Is that what you're about? Your name?
He takes after his mother's father, John Kelly.
He does, in the face.
And in the head. And that man was half ghost and mad as the full moon.
Oh, when was that? 100 years ago?
Less than 70.
Oh, you're the one who's daft.
Say what you want, blood will tell.
Oh, I think it's talking right now, a lot of bloody nonsense.
Who do you think you are?
What's got hold of you? Is it love, old man?
Anthony doesn't love the farm.
It's pride.
Tony, she's right, Tony. You're out of bounds.
Oh, so you're the referee now.
But mother isn't. Now stop trying to bully the room.
This is my kitchen!
And look at it! From the look of the table and the squalor in the sink, it's a wonder the cows don't take their meals with you. There's grease on the wall and a pizza box under the chair. Now drink your tea, you damn savage. You can't be a master of what comes after your time, and your time is nigh well done.
Now don't say a thing like that. It's morbid.
If he can play at destiny, so can I. Promise me you'll drop this plan, or I swear by the stars I'll kill you myself.
I'll promise nothing.
You think I won't lay hands on you? I'll deal you a mortal blow.
Rosemary!
If Anthony were a man through and through, if he were a Riley, he'd have at me himself.
And if you were a man down to your heart, you wouldn't hurt him with your loveless ways.
What are you talking about?
It's Anthony who loves those fields, not you. So what if his love makes him suffer? You just want to go on and on. You're selfish.
And what are you?
I'm strength. For now.
He'll never be the man that I am!
And thank God for that! He's done everything for you. You've sat here like a king for 20 years. When was the last time you stayed up with the ooh or clipped a hedge or even killed a rat? You're full of knowing with that captain's hat. It's Anthony who runs the show and you're nothing but the dummy in the window.
I've earned some rest.
Lie down then. Who's stopping you?
But he'll never marry! The place would go into auction. Look at it, it's not right!
Trust in God, Tony. Sure, life has its surprises.
That it does. I've been to the doctor and frozen my eggs.
What?
What? Mother of God!
No, surprises as I say.
Frozen your eggs?
To the purpose of what?
I will keep my options alive.
Jesus, Rosemary, be careful. Don't rampage over the natural order of nature.
What nature? It's only my own life I'm playing with.
You're right then. You can't just rage forward without a road.
I know where I'm going.
Well, I hope things go your way. Anthony is a bit slow.
Slow, is it? You should have frozen your old body if you're waiting for that one.
I believe he will come to me.
He'll never marry.
You don't know that.
I have reason to think it.
The farm goes to Anthony. Say it. Say it!
Don't answer wrong with wrong, Rosemary. Don't bully the man.
Think of his mother.
Don't.
Think of his mother. Do you remember his mother?
Remember her? What are you talking about? She was my life.
She's right, Tony. That's the question. What would his mother want? What would Mary want?
She's gone. I can't think about it.
Sitting by the stove she'd be. Sitting by the stove with a piece of turf in her hand. What did she care except for her children?
Sure, Anthony was the apple of her eye.
And she was a Kelly.
Through and through.
And what would Mary Kelly say if she saw this farm taken from her only son because he was a Kelly?
I can't think about it.
What was that song she'd sing while she washed a dish? And we'll all go together to pull wild mountain top.
Stop! Stop! Jesus!
Sure, she was love itself and Anthony was her baby boy.
I'm only trying to do what's right.
Right for who?
For the farm!
The farm doesn't know a thing about right. And it won't know. You're trying to serve the Rileys at the expense of the Kellys. Even if doing so, Tony, would overturn the living issue of your one true love.
You know when my dad went to war with the Crows, Tony? He was shaking his fist. His son failed to live, and he was shaking his fist. You want more than that from the sky? Are you after being struck down? Well, are you?
I hope you never know what it is to be old. And I know you'll never understand what it means to be a man. But all right,
All right, what?
Anthony gets the farm.
Thanks be to God.
Good.
But mark my words, he is John Kelly over again, and that man talked to turkeys about politics.
Well, it was a long time ago.
It was.
Can we go home before the battery in my pacemaker just runs down to zero?
Anthony's out in the fields. I like knowing that. We'll go home, or I'm to wait. Though it be years.
Good enough, and may patience and silence rule the world.
Anthony! Anthony!
I'm coming! I'm coming, Dad! Are you alright?
Bring me my pipe.
Your pipe! Are you serious? You can't have a pipe!
I will have it.
No, go back to sleep. You can't smoke with the oxygen.
I don't want the oxygen. Get this off of me.
What are you doing? You need this.
I don't need it. Roll that tank out of my room. Do it, I mean it! I hate the sight of it.
All right, I'll do it. Nurse will have my head, though.
Nurse won't come till morning with that face of hers.
She smelled the smoke.
Her perfume's worse. We're not living for her. Fill the pipe.
It's late.
That it is. I saw a star out my window, down near the ground. Good. Light it for me. I'm choking.
I told you.
It doesn't matter. I like the smell of it and the feel of the pipe in my hand. Sit by me, son. Sorry to be leaving you, Anthony.
Don't say it.
It's a lonely spot here at Lane's End, and it's going to be hard to face the morning when I'm gone.
Jesus.
The farm is yours now. Sorry to be leaving it to you, not as it was given to me.
Just don't mention it. It's nothing.
There was reason. When I asked your mam to marry, I had nothing to call me own. The ring I gave her was but brass, though she took it like diamonds. Listen, son, your mam. I didn't love her.
Wait, sure, what are you saying?
The truth.
No.
I needed a wife, and Mary would have me. But there was no love in it.
Wait. Wait, what are you saying? You loved her.
No. I was without those feelings. The want and loneliness had gotten in me, and I looked at people like they were work. I don't know why she said yes. I thought maybe it was because she wanted her own kitchen, poor as ours was. She made a garden for vegetables so she could look at it in the morning, and she waited for me by the front door when I came home down by the old boreen at night. I looked by her without so much as a nod half the time. She bore me children, Trish and Audrey, then you, and I felt nothing. Till one day something gave way. Out in the fields and the wet grass, the quiet and the good touched me so soft, I thought it was the breeze. Something came to save me, son, and it will come for you too. I'd drive out with the feed in the morning, and I'd split it open in the trough, and the cattle would come forward. I can't name the day. The cattle were there. The rain let up, and the sun shone. The sun shone on me. And I started singing. Just like that old song. Your mam's song, do you know it? Wild Mountain Time.
Sure I do.
And we'll all go together to pull Wild Mountain Time. The sun shone on me. And I laughed because I saw me singing. Oh, I'd never been that man, never. Singing in the field, never. All the days are alike on a farm, and yet of a sudden the drudgery I'd known since birth lifted up off me. Something came into me from out of the land. Out of all of it, the cattle and the sky. And when I went home, something came for me there too, where all of it, you, the girls, her, even the house itself came to life in me. And it all started out there in the fields that had been lonely, where the sun shone on me. And I knew it was her, Mary. She was my way into the farm and all else besides. So I sold the bit by the road to Muldoon for 200 quid and went into town and bought her a real ring of gold and took the brass one from her. And oh, what days we had thereafter. Times in the living room, in every room. And I'm I'm going home to her now, son. Because I know she's waiting for me by that old front door yet. Am I proud of you too late?
No. No, I don't want you to die.
I'm sorry that I never had faith that you would go your own way, be your own man, and most of all, for making light of your good heart. Can you forgive me, son?
For what? For selling the right away?
Yes.
That's nothing.
But more! For...
Surely I forgive everything.
Forgive me now, son. For all of it, all of my shortcomings, the things I didn't say. For however I hurt you. I was no good after your mam's died. She was my North Star. Forgive me. Forgive me now for all of it.
I love you, my daddy. I love you, I always have.
I love you, son. I can't say it enough.
I love you, my daddy. My daddy.
Thank you. Good man. You better take the pipe. You were a good son.
Thank you, Dad.
I have faith that love will find you out in the fields where you wander. God bless you, son.
And you.
I'll sleep now.
Do you want the oxygen?
I'll try without.
Rosemary. Still smoking.
I brought you some stew.
I can cook.
You don't, though. Now that Mam's gone, I have none to do for her. Keeps me busy.
Right.
Well, the sun's out. A good walking weather.
One place is as good as another.
How can you say it? I was down by the bog cutting turf this morning and the heather is everywhere.
Cutting your own turf.
Who else?
It's a bit late.
I got to it.
It's a two-man job.
You're one woman.
That's the world now.
What?
Men are useless.
It's not so.
What's a man for? What's his place?
Well, that's for you to say.
Is it? I know you know.
About what?
My dad told me.
Told you what?
How you went at him over the farm.
Oh, that. He was talking blather. May he rest in peace. The farm's yours now, as it should be.
You shouldn't have done that.
Why not?
You spoke for me.
You wouldn't speak for yourself.
Well, I said as much as I
And
wanted.
it wasn't enough.
Well, maybe sometimes the quiet around a thing is as important as the thing itself.
You still hear the voice in the fields?
I don't know.
You have the farm.
I do.
Are you happy?
No.
Why not go ahead and be happy?
I don't know how.
There's nothing standing in the way.
No?
There's no one left to catch you laughing at me.
That's true.
How many days do we have where the sun shines?
Not too many. Are you all right then?
Yes, I am.
With just you up there in the house.
What about you?
God, I have been having such dreams. I mean, I've been dreaming about everyone that's ever lived.
That's a lot.
Ancestors, and more than that. The whole wide circus. The history of people. And me at the front of them, like the leader of a marching band. Jesus, I sat up in my bed last night. I didn't know what to make of it. I mean, Here I am, alone as a castaway, and my night is just spilling over with people. We're known to each other quite a while now.
Well, we are.
Now we're at the front of the group. Have you thought about what I said?
Which? We never speak. It's been a year. I'm over in me house with nothing to do if you want to come by.
I'd see you at church.
I woun't go if you didn't. I hate the Bible. You should call it the Book of Awful Stories.
Well, do you not have faith?
I do have faith, though I don't know how I came by it.
Well, it's just you here now. Nothing's holding you here. You should go.
Leave this place?
Why not?
Do you want me to?
I think you should.
I'll think about it.
Do.
Come by the house sometime.
I will, maybe.
You won't. Girl needs a chat.
Right, well, I had better take this in. I thank you for it.
All right.
You should quit the smokes.
It's a grand day for a walk. Those days are few. I see ya. You've been seen now.
Go in!
Come in. Don't you dare turn back.
Well, what are you doing? Don't come out!
Don't point that thing at me. Come in. It's too late. I've seen ya. Come in before I drown. Come in. Give me the coat.
I'm all right.
Give me the coat. Leave your wellies off.
I can't stay.
Take them off. That's it. One. The other. Good. Oh, Jesus, look at the rain. And this is the summer weather. Oh, there's Noll behind you? Well, that's it, you're in. Oh, mother of mercy. Don't look, Anthony. The house is in ruins. They'll think me a clotty woman, that's it.
Not a bit. It's not a bad time.
Oh, what would I be about other than cleaning, which I haven't done in weeks?
You're daft. The floor is gleaming. It's sterilised.
It's not. You're blind. The walls are yellow with old smoke, and my mother left me with this old coffin stove in the linoleum like sludge.
Your mother will never be dead while you're alive, Rosemary. You will see disaster where others see green fields.
I can't deny it. If it weren't for the rare signs from heaven, there'd be nothing in me mind but doom.
Wait, rare signs from heaven?
A few they are. Sit down. Here's a towel for your head.
Oh, that's all right. I've got a handkerchief. Got my sleeve.
How long have you been wearing that?
I don't know.
It's disgusting. I'll wash it for you later.
Oh, no, don't bother with me. You know what? I'll come back.
You'll come back, will you?
Yeah.
It's your first time in me house in 3 years. You roam outside like a wild creature when you come at all.
Well, why should I come in? Houses are strange, are they not?
What are you saying?
Like being nailed in a crate.
My house?
Any house.
You're having me on. Where would you stay? Out in the rain? Put down that weed whacker and rest your bones.
It's not a weed whacker. This is the finest metal detector known.
People think you're after bombs from Pakistan with that rig.
Can't a man have a hobby without calling down Judgment Day?
Well, sure, I've seen you roaming the cow pass with that thing as often as not. You're becoming famous in the wrong way. What are you after besides the odd treasure?
Unexpected stuff. Coins, maybe.
Well, if you want coins, I've got to be spilling out the dish there.
Older coins than this. And odd bits. Metal buttons. Last week, found the keys to a Jaguar.
Now you just need a car and you're off to the races. Why'd you take it up?
Oh, well, ways to pass the time. Keep myself busy, away from tracking, you know. So should I head out then? I don't mean to intrude.
No, visit would be, or I'll know why. Oh, would you take a bottle, Guinness?
No, that's all right. I'm going.
Stay! They say this new bottled Guinness is as good as the pub, but that's a lie. But it isn't too bad, maybe.
Well, does it taste a glass?
It does.
Well, don't open it.
I'm going to open it.
No, don't.
It's done. I've opened it.
All right. If you will open it, if you opened it, if... Share it with me.
Me? I couldn't.
Pour it out in 2 glasses.
You're only saying that to divide the time in half.
No,
instead.
I'm telling you. Sit and share it or I won't touch it.
All right, 2 glasses. You're a demon tempting me with a drink.
Well, no worse than the weather.
You know how bad that is.
Oh, sure. It's a fine day for the rope.
What are you saying?
Well, it's a fine day to be hanging from the rope.
How can you joke about the rope and the suicide with half the country hanging from trees and bridges?
It's just me joking is all.
It's not funny. With the Celtic tiger belly up and people leaping on paths and cliffs.
Well, I should jump myself and have done.
Chinese say that if you kill yourself, your ghost is trapped to earth and it can tempt another to do the same. Imagine that. Ghosts pushing at us to destroy yourselves.
The Chinese, is it? You still on that? There been many of them bothering you?
They read awful things. I read a book. I'll never go after all. Do you think about it?
What?
Killing yourself.
What? No. Why? Do you think about it?
Suicide? I think of little else.
Wait, what are you saying? You're not serious.
The only thing that stops me is my hand. I think of what Daddy would want and my hand goes dead on my wrist. Otherwise, I'd be undone by now in a blast.
What are you saying? What blast?
Another shotgun.
Your father's old cannon? You still have that?
I keep it behind the door there.
The 10 gauge, but why?
Against the depression.
You're depressed?
Are you serious? I'm shattered with depression. I'm shattered with black clouds of depression.
No. But why?
Since I quit the cigarettes.
Oh yeah! I had heard you'd shaken off the damn smokes. That's very good.
No, it's not. I've thought about taking poison. I can't stand being alive. You can't know it. It's a madness. It's like a kettle, boiling blood that comes up into me head from down below. You know, feelings.
Jesus. Your own blood turning against you.
It's like a horror movie. It's only the rare sign from heaven that gives me hope.
It's anxiety. That's what it is.
Is that the name for it?
Sure. I have the same thing. It comes over me in waves. It's nothing.
But you don't smoke.
I don't. Maybe I should take it up. I'd be better off with the anxiety just eating me alive the way it does.
It's feelings boiling up, isn't it?
Sure, I hate them. Feelings are useless.
It's worse than a man. I can't stand a man with feelings.
A man with feelings ought to be put down.
You're right.
You know, it's just there's not enough air in the world for me. And there never has been. Modernization has run roughshod over the spaces between things. Stars are suffocating in the sky. The dirt is choking on itself.
And you with that gizmo. What's that but modern madness?
'Tis true.
First time I saw you with that outfit was the week after Mam's funeral.
I was awful low. And I was looking out the window thinking, what next? And there you are swinging that electric detector like you were teaching the grass to grow. Why'd you take it up?
Well, Tony's not alive to stop me. And it keeps me from thinking.
And I should get one. Thinking's worse than February.
The Guinness is good.
You like it?
It's perfect.
It's not the pub.
Well, no, it's not the pub. But neither do you have to drive down to the pub and face the Garda on the way home.
It's terrible the way the Garda persecute the country folks with the stops.
Well, we were murdering ourselves on the black turns of the road. Did you read the story about the 6 college boys last week?
I read it.
They were going 100 on a road as wide as my leg. Splattered themselves across the road. There was a badger licking the blood when the bodies were found.
I'll think of that detail as I drift off tonight.
Don't!
I will. Think of their mothers.
I won't do it. It's too awful.
You should come by more. Girl needs a chat.
Sure, man does too. Rosemary, I have news.
I knew it.
You did not?
I knew there must be something to get you within sight of the house.
That's true. My cousin is coming from America.
Who?
Frank's son, Adam Riley.
Adam. Imagine naming your child after the first man on earth.
Suppose they did. He's going to want to be brought round.
He must have had the Bible open to the first page.
Suppose so.
What do you mean, brought round?
But he's going to want to meet people.
Which?
You'd be good.
Me?
Why not?
Why?
Well, if you want to know the utter truth, believe Adam is coming from America in search of a wife.
A wife?
He's got this idea that an Irish girl would be made of better stuff than these girls he meets in America.
Well, there's truth in that. And you want me to help him find somebody?
You could do that, I suppose.
How about Mary O'Connor?
Mary O'Connor? She still have that whistling tooth?
She does.
And the ankles like shackles spilling out of her shoes?
Hard worker, though. She can rip an aluminum can with her hands.
God love her. I was more thinking somebody like you.
Oh, me, what? Who's like me?
Well, you are. I was thinking you might let him take a look at you.
Take a look at me in what way?
Your beauty.
My beauty?
Yes.
Well, this is the first I've heard of it.
Now, don't pretend you don't know you're beautiful. Half of Mullingar's been to your door.
Oh, Tony Riley, you've lived a rock snow since the day of me birth, and this is the first I've heard about beauty.
What, are you going to denounce me now for bringing it up?
And you want to what? Put me in a shop window like I was one of those Euro floozies in Amsterdam?
What the hell are you talking about, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam! You know what I'm talking about. Naked women on parade in the windows of Amsterdam.
We're talking about my cousin. He's a solid man. Never even been to Amsterdam, I don't think.
But you'd bring him here to look me over, like I was a red heifer.
Jesus, Rosemary, I can see what you mean about the smoking and giving it up. You're not yourself.
How would you know?
Your temper's rough.
Why would you go out of your way like this? I know, there's a name for it. It's human trafficking.
Human trafficking? It is not! He's my cousin. He's a fine lad. He's an earner. And he's lonely.
Well, half the world is lonely, but you wouldn't come knocking on my door about that. Look out the window at the rain and the gloom and the empty land and tell me why that hasn't made you knock on my door if loneliness made people knock on doors. What is it about this Adam that he's named after the original man is still strange to me.
It's a common name.
Why for Adam do you knock?
I don't know.
Why not for yourself?
Wait, what's that?
Why not for yourself? If you lived a hen's kick since the day I began, why not for yourself have you knocked on my door?
Well, maybe I should come back another time.
There, don't make me reach behind the door with the shotgun, because I will.
Jesus, Rosemary! If it's this bad, go back on the cigarettes. There's cures for cancer easier than your mood.
Bad cess to you.
Don't you be cursing me.
After what I've been through. Sit down again.
I won't sit.
You will.
Well, calm down then.
Drink your Guinness. Are you homosexual?
What? What has happened to your mind?
Are you gay? Are you gay?
No!
Sit. Are you disabled?
No!
Hermaphrodite?
What the hell is a morphodite?
I don't know. Are you oddly put together somehow? Do you have something extra?
Will you remember that you'll see me at church?
Well, I thought you might find me ugly and there's no answer to that. But then you go out and give that I'm beautiful and that you're not after the boys. But then why, in the name of Cinderella's shoe, would you try to give me away to a cousin you barely know?
It's a solid idea.
Foisting a stranger on me. Are you a pimp?
A pimp? No, I'm not a pimp. He's my cousin. A solid man, an earner, and he stands the same height as you.
Well, what kind of badge is that? A woman doesn't want the same height in a man. A man the same height as a woman is short.
What are you talking about? Are you short?
No.
Well, then a man the same height is not short.
He is.
That makes no sense.
You stand taller.
Why should you look up at me when you can look straight ahead at him?
Because men are beasts and need height to balance the truth and goodness in women.
There's no answer to blather like that.
Don't answer then. You should have come for yourself, Tony. Thought it was the cigarettes that put you off, so I quit at last.
You did that with regards to me?
I did. And it brought me to my knees, I can tell you. I only smoked so that I wouldn't feel when I waited. Yet now look at me. My eyes could set fire to Gomorrah. My emotions are unspeakable, Anthony. Unspeakable.
But I never said a word about the smokes.
You did. You spoke against them.
I didn't mean it.
Well, what do you mean? I have no gift for reading your mind, Anthony, though I've tried. When all seemed lost, I prayed for a sign, and sure, I got one as strong as a kick. But the years passed, and you never came.
You got a sign?
As plain as grace.
Was it the White Heather?
No.
Well, what was it?
What does it matter if you never came?
Well, I've had signs too, told me the reverse.
What?
Never should have come here today.
Is it Fiona? Are you still mooning over Fiona?
To hell with Fiona! I opened my heart to her. She ran like the wind. That's all there was to that.
What did you say to her?
Never mind that.
So there's the secret. Are you in love with another other than Fiona?
Would you stop the cross-exam?
Are you without feelings in general?
I have feelings, though I'd rather not.
But do you have any feelings towards me? Or am I alone with this? Have you ever wondered what I wore when I wore this?
You've lost me.
Have you ever stripped me down to the skin in your imagination?
Jesus, Rosemary, would you shut up with that?
Oh, you
I
say-
see you at
You
church.
say I'm beautiful. Have you thought about my beauty? Have you dwelt on my face, my form, my shape?
I don't know.
You know that I have a shape?
I suppose.
Well, I'm a woman, and I have parts that are swollen up and exaggerated to attract the man.
Shut up!
To make the man look where he's not supposed to look.
I refuse to know. I refuse to know what you're talking about.
Well, do you know that I have a shape?
Yes, I know you have a shape.
Well, thank God for that.
Sure, I mean, I was raised on a farm and seen it all.
Oh, as was I, but you don't act it.
Well, how would I act? What would I do? Have my tongue swinging around?
Oh, there's a great distance between winking and drooling.
Well, let's leave it that I know the facts.
All the facts.
Seen it all.
Oh, sure, you're masters of the game. It's one thing to look at the horses and another to look at your own breed at work. Wait,
What?
are you a virgin? Is that it? Were you going to give me away to this cousin Adam out of ignorance of yourself?
What has come over you, Rosemary? I mean, you have been chaste as a dove all my life, and now you're going on like a pirate. I never would have started in talking about anything if I'd known we'd end up talking about everything. I've always thought you were pretty. I didn't think it right to say, that's all.
But why not?
Because one thing leads to another, and we already live on top of each other. That is to say, we live close by.
What's wrong with one thing leading to another?
Because we already live on a patch. That's like sharing half a coffin. If anything went wrong, God's mercy on us. I can hear your kettle whistle while I'm in the shed. We'd be throwing daggers over the fence.
You can't live against life, Tony. You can't avoid harm by avoiding good. What, would you spend your days swinging your electric detector over the land looking for loose buttons? Do you not want love?
What about you, Rose?
What about me?
You have turned away a dozen men over the years. You're notorious.
For what?
For nothing. For wasting your life and your great beauty, smoking and moping and mopping your way to old age.
Well, I'm quit smoking and I'm damn well near the end of my mopping and moping. And there you are, you done it again.
What have I done?
Called me beautiful and stopped there like a stone. Don't you understand? You're the reason I look at the shotgun.
Me? What did I do?
Why did you knock for an American man and not for yourself?
There's reason.
Look at my face and tell me.
I told Fiona and she ran for her life.
I'm not Fiona. Tell me.
Don't. I'm cracked. I'm mad. Just leave it at that.
You're mad?
I am genuinely off kilter.
Because you hate people?
No, I don't hate no one. I have the Kelly madness. Don't make me say. My own mam said, don't say.
And yet you will say. I've sat here in this house for more years than my grandmother lived, waiting for you to notice my heart lighten up down the old barrene to you. Tell me why you haven't come.
I did come.
Never. When?
3 years ago. But I turned back. Right there by the white hedge.
Why?
Because I'm cracked. I'm mad.
Why are you cracked? How are you cracked?
You want to know everything? All right. Here it is. I believe that I am a honeybee.
Say that again.
I believe I'm a honeybee.
But you live in a house, not a hive.
I think of it as a hive.
You can't fly.
I believe I can.
How long have you thought you were a bee?
Enough of my life, you might as well say all of it.
And this is what you told Fiona?
That's what I told her. She ran like fire.
And this is why you never told me I was beautiful?
That, and the nearness of your farm to mine. And it's true, bees don't like smoke.
Well, I'm fed up.
With what?
All that stands in the way. I don't care if you think you're a bee. I don't care if you are a bee. I'm half dying with living for you. But wait, do you think I'm a bee?
No.
You don't?
You're not a bee.
I'm not?
No.
May I know what I am?
You're a flower. You're the most beautiful bloom that grows.
Oh. Oh. You really think that of me?
And more. And each time a fella came to try his luck with you, I suffered like Christ himself.
Oh, Anthony.
No, but I wish you had married one of those men, my dearest girl. To end my torture. Because I'm no good for nothing and no one.
Oh, you're good for me.
No.
You pushed me down in the yellow grass when I was 6, and it was you from then. I've sat here cleaning this kitchen till my hands were glass, hoping the day you would come in here and sit there. And that day has come.
No, that day has not come. Just go to America. Marry Adam.
You really want me gone?
Yes. I had a sign. I came to your door 3 years past with my mother's ring, but when I went to reach in the pocket, nothing. It was gone.
Is that that what you've been doing with that gizmo? Looking for your mother's ring?
That I lost it was a sign. A man like me should not marry.
Why not?
Need I say again? Because I think myself a bee. That is... That's beyond mad.
Well, I think I'm a swan and no mere maid by man will not convince me.
Don't muddy the waters.
Why did you go on looking for the ring?
It was my mother's.
Bees don't have mothers with rings. Men do. And men bring rings to women. Why?
Leave off.
What would you have done if you found it?
When?
Ever?
But I didn't.
If you had?
I'd have offered it to you.
Give us a chance.
But I didn't find it.
Give us a chance, man.
No, but if it was meant to be, I'd have found it.
We say what's meant. Life is here. We name it. Be bold for me.
But I already told Adam about you.
Oh, tell Adam to go to hell to Amsterdam.
Would you leave off Amsterdam?
Tell him I'm yours.
But you're not.
Make me yours.
But I'm mad as a Kelly.
I don't care.
But I fly around in my mind like a tiny thing.
Look at me. Look at how I look at you. I have no skin, so tender I am to you.
And I am a virgin.
We'll solve that.
No, see, I think I am this wild, hovering speck, just floating in the grass. I am only happy out in the fields. I'm choking being in this house. I need the wind where I can feel my wings in the air.
Well, you can have the fields and the winds and all the windows up. Here, sure, you fool. Here's your ring.
Wait, what's this? That's my mother's ring. You have it.
I found it by the door 3 years ago.
Why didn't you say?
I thought it heaven sent me a sign to stop me from suicide and give me hope.
All those years looking, and there it is.
I prayed for a sign and there was my prayers answered in my hand.
And the thing that stopped me from knocking.
What do I have to do? Do I have to swat at you to get you to sting me? Because I win. Think of me as a flower. What's the sweetest thing?
No, see, we should be thinking, Rosemary, not rash. I mean, we're neighbors, and I see you at church. We would kill each other when it went wrong. I should go away out into the air.
Think of me as the open door.
I've never thought of you without fear.
Why now fear?
The pain of love.
Think of the pleasure. Take your ring.
No, it's bad luck. I mean, sure it's yours, is it not? It always was.
I'm mad too, you know.
How are you mad?
You'll find out. When it's too late.
All those years just wasted.
Who knows what should be? There's beauty in this.
Say, will you take down the gates?
Never.
You know that voice I heard in the fields? It didn't say go. Not just that. It said go to her.
Look. The sky.
much for coming. I loved getting to share that with you. Huge thanks to Nick Martin for always being my man and helping make this happen. Also, Shay Bickle and Emma Bratton in the back did like the fastest D-Lab tech you've ever seen in your life. Thank you guys so much. Go the fuck home.